Hey guys, how's it going? How's it been? I haven't done a vlog in about a week. It's been busy, like always. I actually tried to record a vlog a couple days ago. I took the kids to a park and I took the dogs to walk them, and I found a bush and I tied the leashes up and I tried to record. But Gaia, the puppy, who's about a year old now, does not contain herself when another dog is going by. She is like lunging on the leash. I think, judging by her tail and stuff, she just wants to go and say hi. But even if that's what she wants, you never know how the other dog's going to react. And I just don't want to risk. I think it's rude to let your dog run over to other dogs. Because again, you don't know how the other dog's going to react. They might see it as threatening, whatever. And yeah, she wouldn't shut up. So I gave up. I gave up on that vlog. But yeah, Link is still home. He's going to be home until the beginning of September. He's currently downstairs playing probably Teardown, which is an indie game where it's like Minecraft, except the boxes are smaller and you can like drive construction vehicles and knock shit over, which it's good. I mean, it's great for his age range. I just wish that, I don't know, it was a little more educational. But anyway, so it's been, kind of a pain in the ass trying to work with him home, because I'll be lucky if I can get through this vlog without him coming over to say hello and to knock shit over. I still have not been able to find a cell phone mount that takes pop sockets into concern. So I took my phone out of its case and put it, in one of the many cell phone holders that I bought online that works as long as you don't have a pop socket. But yeah, I had mentioned that I am going to be coming out with a video at some point in the future, talking about my experiences at VidCon, the good, the bad, and the viral, and the TikTokers. I still don't remember what I was going to title it, but yeah, I haven't been able to get a lot of Topless Topic stuff done. I hopefully will be able to finish the newsletter today, finally. I wrote like 2/3 of it sometime last week, but I didn't manage to finish it that day. And then we had a 4-day weekend, and then Aiden was sick for 2 more days. He actually got sick. He got an ear infection on that Saturday, or actually like the Friday night, and then Saturday I got it diagnosed. But thanks to 4th of July, all the clinics, all the pharmacies were closed, so I couldn't get the medicine until Tuesday. Finally got him back to daycare yesterday, and then today, which was nice. So at least I'm only dealing with Link while I'm home. I spent a lot of time rearranging the office. In fact, I was going to give you a little tour. I'm not finished. So basically, over here we have my main, live streaming corner, as it is. Sometimes I have a table that's folded up right now. I like to set a second table up here just so I have a little more surface space. I am looking at parts to build a nice desktop that I can just keep up here and edit and live stream from, instead of always bringing my laptop up and down. But I want it to be a really good computer that's going to last me for a long time, which means expensive parts, which means that my friend, who I finally made a local friend who actually knows computers, which is really nice, because trying to diagnose everything from long distance is really difficult, and I really don't like the idea of sending my, especially like a desktop in the mail or whatever to someone else. So having a local friend that can look at it is really nice. Anyway, we're looking at parts. We're waiting for deals to hopefully put together a really nice computer. Probably won't happen till later this year. But yeah, and then over here is my live stream corner, because we, before VidCon, I bought a couple different capture cards to try, and I finally found one that seems to be working pretty well. So we've got a TV, we got this corner. I have these shelves that I still need to put up. I bought them a long time ago, and I started painting them blue. I think this one, yeah, this one I started, you can't even see it right now. Started painting blue. I thought I got the corner. God damn it. I'm gonna bring that one back down. I decided instead of doing all 4 blue, because I have one that's also blue downstairs that has stuff on it, so I have to clear it off. I'm just gonna have 2 blue, 2 white, and those are gonna go back here. And I'm gonna finally have a place to put all my comics and my gaming stuff and everything that's pretty much been in boxes since we moved here. And then that banner will probably be moved over there. And then over here, this is my new, well, this, I took my art table from my art shed where it's either always hot or always cold. So it's really hard to find a time where it's like, you know, comfortable to work out there. So I took my art table and I put it over here. I have a big old mirror I bought a long time ago from Goodwill that I'm going to put up here after I move my wigs, which are going to be moved over there. And so I have like that big space. And over in this weird little alcove, I moved the other L desk. And this one's especially going to be a good spot for my dad because he likes to paint little figurines and stuff. And here it's got the window, it's got lots of natural light. So, and you know, I'll use that spot too when I'm doing art projects rather than game streams. Like I bought 5 of these little tiny fake Lego kits from the San Diego Zoo, and I was thinking that like some of these live streams I'm gonna do that on stream. But yeah, that's pretty much. And then I moved the book, the one remaining bookshelf over there, and right now it has a hodgepodge of stuff on it. After everything else is moved, I'm gonna use it to hold like computer stuff and art supplies and stuff like that. But yeah, I've been moving everything around. It's funny because over there I've got 4 desktops just sitting. Old desktops that it's been on my to-do list forever to clean off the files and repurpose them somehow, either donate them or my dad needs one. I have been doing everything you're supposed to do with hair, with dyed hair, and it's still, I mean, it's dark right now because it's wet, but it's still losing its color. I'm pissed. I don't know what kind of dye the hair salon guy used, but it seems to be lasting like not even, you know, I've used like Arctic Fox and other ones before, and this one seems to be not lasting worth beans. Maybe it's a plot. So I have to go back. You know, using color safe shampoo and washing with cold water and like all the stuff you're supposed to do is still not lasting. The biggest thing about the office is that it being upstairs, heat rises, and as we're having hotter days, because it mostly stopped raining. It actually rained yesterday or the day before again, and it was like hot, soupy rain, so it was not fun. As the days get hotter, it gets hotter and hotter up here. And this being a house from the 70s in the Pacific Northwest, obviously it doesn't have AC. We do have a window shaker that I have to get out of storage and put back in the window, which is going to block some of the natural light, which sucks. But yeah, that's annoying. So like it's easier to control temperature in this room, obviously, than it is in my shed. Even though I did pay extra to have it insulated, like it's still just... there's too many gaps, so it's always going to be whatever temperature it is outside. But as far as the backyard goes, I finally bought a giant trampoline for the kids, and it's like half assembled. We're going to finish assembling it today. And it has a cover, like it has a net around it or whatever. And I positioned it because the thing about our backyard is that we have 4 neighbors looking into our yard. One side is a pretty new fence, although it's starting to lean. We got to figure that out. Unfortunately, the asshole over there is very snoopy, and he likes to like stand up on something and look over the fence, allegedly looking for his lost dog balls, but he literally does it like once or twice a month, and it's like, get your fucking nose off our, you know, like he's literally standing on things to look over our fence, and he's also abusive of his wife and stuff like that, so I'm not surprised that he's a douchebag. And for that side, I should hurry up and do it. I was thinking of planting bamboo, like the skinny kind, all along there, and just kind of doing like a bush that way. And then on the other side is a chain link fence, and that's the neighbor that like we'll have pleasant conversations with, but then he'll like occasionally say shit where I'm like, fuck you, dude. Like his infamous, oh, I don't think the great outdoors should babysit kids for my own kids playing in my own backyard, which is only like not even a quarter acre. And it's like, the great outdoors, whatever. He does not like kids or animals. I also I'm still not convinced he didn't poison my cat that disappeared 2 years ago, because she would go outside. I didn't want her to, but she would constantly slip outside, and sometimes she would go to his side and poop in his yard, which I'm like, I'm trying to keep her inside already. Like, I'm sorry that happens, but yeah, he hates kids and cats and just, yeah. But anyway, and then behind us, there's half of a chain link with some older people that live over there who are Trumpers, who I have heard, they have a above ground pool. I've had them at parties, and I've overheard them say just like, let's go Brandon type shit. Although he did give us blueberries from his yard once. So it's like, he's nice in some ways, but a Trumper, all about that compartmentalization. And then finally, the other neighbor in the backyard is actually a 2-story house, and their house is like, already the foundation is like 3 or 4 feet higher, maybe more than that, than ours. So they have 2 second windows that look straight into our backyard. And we did plant 3 new saplings, 3 different trees. I don't remember what kind of trees they are, earlier this year. And then we have a fig tree that we planted a couple of years ago that's finally starting to branch out a little bit. I mean, it's still not too tall. But it's hard to block out all these neighbors. As far as the chain link guy goes, I can still plant plant bamboo, maybe put it in planters or something. But I don't think he would snoop. Like, he wants, we were talking about going half and half on a fence with him, but then we decided to go on the trip instead. So maybe next year we'll have the money to get the fence built. Hopefully lumber isn't going to be too crazy. And same thing on like the other half of the chain link fence. There's actually already some bushes there on his side, but like, it's not enough to completely black out our side. And as far as the house that looks into our room, until the trees grow up, one of the things that I like about the trampoline is, like I said, it has like a net that goes up this way with posts or whatever. I was thinking we take a tarp and we cover half of it, and we'll be like, oh, it's for shade. Not that it's their fucking business, it's our yard. But so if we get the bamboo on the one side, we get the fences on the other 2 sides, and then we put the tarp up on the trampoline, the entire bedroom won't be hidden. I mean, backyard. But we will, like, for one thing, our hot tub, I'll finally be able to get in there, naked without feeling like I'm being stared at by my neighbors. And, I don't know. When the trees do grow up, then we'll have a fair amount of more shade, because there's so many plans I have, and I would really like to make like a nice area in the backyard, maybe even with a little koi pond and stuff, and it would be great for like maybe photo shoots, outdoor recordings or whatever. Of course my fucking neighbors, the one that peeks over the fence has a German Shepherd that never stops barking, so that'll be a thing. But yeah, I just have all these things I want to do. I have stuff in the front yard I want to do, blah. But the to-do list, it never ends. And it's so frustrating because I have so many ideas for things I want to do, but there's only so many hours in the day. Matthew gets irritated if I don't like do housework and stuff like that also during the day, which also takes time. And then you have stuff like where Link is home, like I said, till September, every day, all day. So I can't really, I wanted to do more, I wanted to play with joystick more, basically the successor to Plexstorm, which allows porn, but that can't be the whole point. Live streaming platform, to, again, normalize the sight of non-sexual female nipples in non-sexual situations so that we can, like, maybe have the same rights as men someday. God forbid. And so I can't really do stuff like that because Link's home. And like, it's hard to live stream when, he'll come up, he'll bang on the door. I did install a lock, but like, he'll come up, bang on the door. He needs me to go help him in a video game or make him lunch or whatever. And if he should like come into the room, because I can't lock it from the other side, while I'm doing that, wanders on camera, I'm fucked. I will get banned. So it's just stressful. Oh, my life is so hard. So a lot of heavy shit has been and is happening on the news. I am still a political junkie. I still, voraciously read articles all day. I spend way too much time on Twitter, like reading the article and then wasting time on the replies. And, obviously I have a lot of feelings on it. I haven't really commented on it very much. One, because I feel like there's already a lot being said by people who are more qualified than me to say it. Two, I don't know. Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, I feel like everything I'm going to say is pretty obvious. I mean, fuck Brett Kavanaugh, fuck Clarence Thomas, fuck Amy Coathanger Barrett, you know, like all these fucking far right Supreme Court justices. You know, gun violence is a constant threat in the U.S., and I don't think it will ever be addressed because even Democrats are owned by the NRA, and I'm just pretty fucking depressed every time I think about the future. I think we are going to get annihilated in November. One, because Republicans are going hog wild with voter suppression and everything, and the far right Supreme Court is helping them. And two, progressives, liberals, and everything are still have their/our heads up our asses, where we're like, oh, you know, I don't like this one thing about this candidate, so I'm going to waste my vote on a third party or not vote at all. Meanwhile, the Republicans get their crazy ass, you know, election denying, like, forced birth, fucking crazy ass radicals in place because they vote in lockstep. We stab ourselves in the face, and then we're like, but the Republicans are screwing us over. Yes, that's why I like the quote about, like, riding the buses. You know, voting is riding a bus. You know, even if you can't find a bus that goes directly to your route, you know, you take the bus that gets the closest way there, and then you walk the rest of the way or whatever. You don't just, like, not ride the bus or, you know, ride the totally wrong bus, whatever. I don't have the phrases in front of me, but I like it, you know. You get the best, you do the best you can with what you've got, and then keep pushing that person to do the right thing. Now, yeah, protesting, you know, marching and writing letters to congressmen or whatever like that, I don't think is going to make as much of a difference as whoever pays them to think the way they do. But at least while we still have a shred of democracy left, vote. Don't fucking throw your vote away on someone who will never win, or don't vote at all. Vote, and do keep up the public pressure, because there are occasions where, you know, public opinion does actually shift the balance. And I mean, I'm blanking right now, so I can't think of specific examples, but, you know, there's been stuff where Democrats will float an idea and the public response will be, fuck that shit. And it's changed. So again, you know, it doesn't happen often, but, you know, if we could get enough people to wake the fuck up, to pay attention, to not fall for, you know, the University of Facebook bullshit lies, and to, again, be loud and proud, not just online, not just a Twitter activist, but, like, actually talk to people in your life, and try to, like, de-radicalize them a little bit. It's very hard. Humans are stupid. we are all, you know, we don't want to make the effort to check our biases and possibly change, you know, our viewpoint on things. But we do need to try harder. Anyway, so yeah, that's, you know, why I haven't done a video specifically about Roe v. Wade being overturned, or, you know, gun legislation and stuff like that. I did read that just today Biden, I didn't get if he actually signed the EO or just, like, proposed the EO, but it's supposed to be stuff about protecting abortion rights. What's frustrating is I haven't found a source with a specific how are you protecting abortion? What does that mean? But, you know, I only spent like half an hour on it, and then I was like, okay, I got shit to do. Yeah. Anyway, will I do a video specifically about that stuff? I don't know, man. I want to have more interviews with experts, with, you know, people who dedicate their lives to a specific cause or whatever. Not just, you know, an overall general layperson's view on what's going on, like me, but someone who literally, you know, is a virologist or is a sex therapist or, you know, is a homelessness rights or houseless rights activist and stuff like that. And, like, I've touched on it because I have done some interviews with people that are aware of that stuff and care about that stuff. But it'd be nice to have a really in the weeds, focused on that cause, not just interviewing that person. But I like those videos too. Speaking of, I still have like 4 unedited interviews I have to put up. Yeah. It feels weird to be optimistic about the future of my content, even as, you know, the world is falling apart. Didn't even get into climate change. Didn't even get to the world record shattering heat waves that we're having everywhere, and especially in India and stuff like that, and how it's going to spread out to other places. I understand a lot of red states are getting hit with extreme heat advisories, which it's hard not to be like, that's what you voted for, because of course, one, there's lots of people stuck in red states that did not vote for that, but their votes don't matter because they're deep red states. And two, I'm supposed to feel compassion. I'm supposed to feel compassionate for people who fall for disinformation and, you know, again, the University of Facebook, oh, well, climate change is a Chinese plot or whatever. It's hard for me to feel compassion for those people because I feel like you have to really try to stay misinformed in this era. Like, yeah, anyway. But yeah, so like I do feel confident about all my plans for the future. And I have a lot of ideas for my gaming channel, actually. My gaming cosplay, you know, nerdy channel, So You Got Game. Also, for instance, like I was looking at some of my comics that I used to collect voraciously. I haven't gotten, I think the only new comics I've gotten in like the past 5 years were some Rat Queen, Saga, The Wicked and Divine, and then there's like 2 other series. I like comic series where it's book 1, book 2, book 3, not like Spider-Man, Thor, or whatever, where there's like a million different timelines and a million different artists, and like I really fucking hate when the cover is like beautiful and then you get inside the thing and the art inside the book is completely different than the cover. That's like a very standard thing in you know, superhero type comics, and I don't understand why. I also can't stand like really cheesy, I will save her type stuff. There are some comics that I've checked out from the library that are like newer Thor ones. Like, isn't it, there's like a thing called like New 52. I don't know. I'm not qualified. Anyway, my idea was to basically reread every comic I've ever bought and do like 5-minute reviews of them. Or less, you know, if I only have one comic in the series or whatever. And like I was watching a little bit of I stumbled onto a stumbled onto a Let's Play by some guy who is basically playing through every single game in his Steam library. Don't think I have the time for that. It would be fun. I was doing that a little bit, you know, years ago before I had kids, but at least the comic, like I could sit down and read it, you know. I'm not devoting 10 to 20 hours, you know, per game. But yeah. And I will do live streaming this weekend. Tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. I didn't last weekend because home life shit. I don't want to get into it. Let's just say my partner does not really support my content creation because I don't make any money at it. And it just seems like a time waste because in our capitalistic society, the only way to make something worthwhile is if you get rich and famous at it. Anyway, but that's why we're gonna start making some money, right? We're gonna start, you know, making some t-shirts to sell. I was not able to find a t-shirt company at VidCon because the exhibit hall fucking sucked and there was, you know, no options. I might just start going with one of the ones where you like, it's like a third party, someone orders through them, like you designed it and you order through them. I just have been really hesitant to do that because they always charge like $15-20 base price per shirt, which means, you know, I'm not making any money off of it. And I feel like the people who are likely to buy a Topless Topic shirt are in fixed income. There's a very small pool of you guys. And, you know, if you buy a shirt for $25 and I only get $2 out of it, you're not going to buy it again later if I'm able to amass the amount of money to, you know, actually print them myself. So that's why I'm hesitant about that. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. This is a long vlog, but like I said, I haven't done one for like a week, so I am going to finish that newsletter. I am going to finish setting up in here because I have been wanting to set up my comics and everything for a really long time. I am going to once again list out everything I want to get done. I love writing lists. And then, you know, not really having the time or energy to actually do what's on the list. But when I do get to do what's on the list and I get to mark it out, it's like, yay, accomplishment. But yeah, you know, I just really am looking forward to Link going back to school because it's really hard to just like sit and devote myself to doing stuff when I'm getting interrupted. Like, I'm honestly, frankly amazed he hasn't come up here yet during this vlog to interrupt me, because he generally bugs me every 5 minutes. Of course, when I'm up here, if my dad's in his room and Link's downstairs by himself, he's wrecking shit, because that's what kids do. I'm also tired all the time because Aiden has been really bad about waking up super early and then waking Link up, and then they like fight and play toys and watch TV and, you know, knock stuff over in the kitchen, and then are fucking exhausted by the time it's ready for daycare or whatever. But anyway, all right. Fuck the far-right Supreme Court. Fuck all these politicians owned by the gun lobbyists so that, you know, we'll always be afraid of gun violence in this country. Fuck all the idiots pretending that climate change isn't real and dooming us all. But happy, I don't know. Happy me. Happy me for at least having some goals for the future to work towards. I will be phone banking and such, by the way, closer to November. I don't think I'm very good at it because I want to scream at fucking idiots for falling for propaganda, but I feel like, you know, it means more than Twitter activism, because the majority of voters are not going to go on Twitter and like have their minds changed. Again, the way that you change people's minds, if it's even possible, because so many of them are just drowning in Kool-Aid and, you know, got their whole body tinfoil outfit on. But, you know, if you are to change people's minds, it has to be on a personal level. It has to be, you know, ideally you're someone that they care about already, because then there's slightly more chance that they'll listen to you. And, you know, I hear from people who have these like far-right Trumper parents, and first of all, I feel badly for you that, you know, you have loved ones in your life who are victims of this horrible shit. And, you know, I'm very lucky that my dad is not far left, but mostly left, and my mom was, you know, more left than center. Kind of hard not to be when you live with, you know, a bunch of leftists. But I definitely have extended relatives who are quite into the Trump thing. Like, one of them is an ex-parole officer who goes to Arizona and buys a bunch of guns and then brings it back in California and brags about it. Back the blue. Except when, you know, even when they're not following their own rules that they're supposed to be upholding. And I do see, you know, cars driving out with Trump flags. I saw a big old Harley with an American flag and a blue stripe flag. And then yesterday or the day before, there's supposedly a vote for police sheriff or whatever, but I haven't gotten any ballots for it. I live in Washington, just north of Portland. I actually live across the river. You didn't know that, but because no income tax, yay, and better schools. Anyway, but yeah, there's like some sheriff race or whatever going on, and I already wasn't gonna vote for the one guy because his tagline is America First, which is red flag for red. But yeah, I saw a Trumper car drive by with an American flag, a Trump flag, and a flag for this sheriff candidate. So it's like, well, I know who I'm not voting for. Vote in your local elections. Come on. Why would you not? Why the fuck would you not? I don't understand. I mean, it's harder in states that try really hard to keep people from voting, and you have to actually like show up in person and everything. And like, I understand, but like, how can you expect to change anything for the good if you can't step up and vote for people who will change things for the good? And you just leave the only people voting old retired people who of course are going to predominantly be Trumpers. Leave them as the only ones voting. All right. Okay. This is really long. I'm going to go finish that newsletter and send it off a week and a half late, but better late than never. And if you want to buy a shirt, then I'll put a link. Well, I can't put a link in the video description because YouTube will fucking say that I'm linking to porn. So I don't know. Maybe I'll make a Facebook post about it and link to the Facebook post. Fucking YouTube is so fascist! Anyway, all right. I'm just under the 30-minute mark. I'm gonna hit stop now. See you in the next video.